Happy Monday, and welcome to the first week of our summer course of Leadership 625, the Resource Management class. In this first week, we're going to be looking at the readings, starting with polarity management, and then sections D and E. So the alphabetical sections in the back of the book Polarity Management are small case studies and activities that you'll go through. And then chapters 1 to 3 of the project management for dummies. I know this looks like a lot of pages for reading, but the project management for dummies text reads very quickly. It's broken into outlines and a lot of graphics and different things. And the first 3 chapters are really an introduction to what is project management. Chapter 1 breaks down how the book is broken down, and then chapters 2 and 3 get into the beginning of project management. I'm not going to get a lot into the readings this week. One, because the polarity management has a video from the author for week 1 and week 2. And the author is going to discuss the book and go through the sections. And then because the project management class is such an introduction for those 3 chapters. So we're just going to talk a little bit about those readings. Then the activities for this week are to complete the readings, watch the video on polarity management with Dr. Johnson, and then complete the 2 discussions. So this is the only week where there are 2 discussions, the student introduction discussion and then the polarity management discussion. Those are both due on Wednesday with discussions due on Sunday. And then you're going to complete a polarity map and project resources short paper, which is posted in coursework and due on Sunday. When we're looking at a project, a project always has 3 components: a scope, a schedule, and required resources. So you've been looking at for the last year the scope of your project and what that project is going to look like. The scope is the purpose or what the ultimate result of the project is going to be. Why is this project even happening? What we're going to focus on in this class then are looking at those required resources and performance measurement tools. So then not only how do we make sure the project happens, how do we have the resources that we need for them, but also looking at how do we measure whether or not the project was successful, what is the end goal. We're going to look at all of these different principles of project management. So these are the principles covered through the project management text. I really, really like this project management text. Actually, I really enjoy all of the dummies text and how they explain things. So stewardship and leadership, not only how we lead our team through a project, but also how we set up our team, how we're good stewards of our resources. And remember, resources are more than just a budget. Even if we have a project that is using volunteers or volunteer hours, time is still a very valuable resource. And we have to think about how we're using time in addition to other resources. Stakeholders. So who are the stakeholders of our project? Who would be interested in helping us with our project? Who are the people affected by the results of our project? The delivery value and quality of our project, and then of course, complexity, opportunities, and threats. So our risk management. What are we going to do when things go wrong? Or when something throws us a curve or we hit a wall with our project? How are we going to adapt? And there are a lot of ways that we have to adapt. We might have to find a different financing source, or we might have to find a different timeline. So we might have thought it's something that could be done in 6 months. Now we actually know is going to take a year, and we have to adapt the timeline. And then how do we get to that change management that we're really hoping to achieve with the projects that we're working on as part of this degree program? And as you can see, that polarity management book is titled How to, of course, Deal with Projects or Things That Can't Be Changed or Very Difficult Projects. So, how do we look at things and think about that adaptability and how we can make those things happen, how we can encourage others, our stakeholders, to be invested in the project as just as invested as we are in the project and move them along. So I'm looking forward to this first week and just really getting started into the text. And then starting, of course, in week 2 and further on, we're going to dive a lot deeper into the content of resource management and these projects. As always, you can email me with any questions that you have throughout the week.